Thanks everybody for joining us this evening. Of course, I'm your host, Brett Griffin, but I'm excited to introduce Diamond Blair Arn, from just outskirts of Regina, Saskatchewan, up here in Canada. And you know what? He's going to share this great opportunity with Volantis with everybody today, and we'll open it up for questions at the end. Take it away, Blair.
Thanks, Brett. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun here tonight and look at the opportunity. Following Don's format, we'll do the opportunity for about a half hour, somewhere in there, maybe quicker. And then we'll take a break and come back and do a training on the compensation, as well as some just getting started training. And I've got a couple of new things in to get us started we'll touch on. So really looking forward to it. Just honored and pleased that Don would ask me to kind of go through this tonight. Our presentation may be a little bit different than Don's, but we'll get right into it. So hopefully my share screen works here. So let's see. There we go. Share. Brett, you can see that? Okay, good. We'll go full screen. And really, when you think about it, what Volantis is exactly this: an opportunity for an extraordinary life. My wife, Faye, and I, we've had a great life. My background's in education. I taught for 21 years. I actually got out of teaching to pursue network marketing full-time back in the mid-90s. Really enjoyed it. But when we saw the company we're with now, was just incredible opportunity that we've got. And the key is, I think, where everybody on the line here is what is your why? Is it money, time, health, and happiness? And even if you say, well, okay, it's money, but then, drill down on that. What is the money for? Like, how much money do you want? Is it something you want? Like, is it a new car? Is it to pay off the car you've got? Is it to travel? And of course, if you're traveling, you need money and time. So really, when you're thinking of what you would like more out of life, really focus on specifics. Don't just generalize, oh, I want more time. Well, big deal. More time to do what? I get excited about this because this is where I really like talking to new people. What do they want? We had a guy last night, and he says, you know what? I make a good living. He says, but I want a lifestyle. I want to be able to travel with his son. He's widowed. He wants to be able to travel with their young son, take his son to all the places that he and his wife couldn't go when she was alive, right? So he's really excited about that. And just more health and happiness. Of course, that boils into money and time. The most people I know who are say my age, or let's say 50 years old or older, let's put that age. That means that lumps me with a bunch of young guys then, right? So 50 years old or older, a lot of those people, their health is starting to suffer because they don't have money and time. So all three of these things are tied together. And it kind of brings up this one. And I don't like talking from a negative point of view, but boy, 96% of the population of Canada and the United States is worried about finances and health. People go to bed at night stressing about finances. And the unfortunate thing is, once you know how the mind works, if they're stressing about finances and poor health when they go to bed, what do they think about all night? They think about lack of finances and poor health. So when they get up in the morning, what happens? It repeats. Bad finances, bad health. They've got to change their mental attitude. We'll talk about that in the training section, but that's really the key. So I like to have a little bit of fun. So the next slide you're going to really enjoy. And when I do this in an open meeting, we actually have a lot of fun using a whiteboard. What would you do if you won $10 million? How would that change your life? Does that seem far-fetched? Well, how many lotteries are there now? Like 3 or 4 every week where they're giving away prizes of $10 million. Somebody's winning it, right? What would you do if you won it? Pay your house off, pay your vehicle off, buy another vehicle, buy another house, buy a vacation home, so on and so forth. You would probably buy a lot of assets. And like Don talks about, the millionaire mindset is not about how much you have in a bank account. It's your cash flow. Because what happens is most people, when they win $10 million, they spend it all. They buy themselves a $4 million house that costs $200,000 a year to run. So when the money runs out, they're broke. And the key is keeping the asset, because you realize $10 million in a bank account right now will make you $16,000 a month income. God, oh wow, $16,000 a month. But after taxes, you're down to 8. And there's a lot of guys who are making $8,000 a month. So if you think about $8,000 a month cash flow, I could ask Brett, I mean, that's very achievable in Volantis, isn't it? Yeah. So what are your odds of winning the lottery? Who knows, right? One in a gazillion. Your odds of winning at Volantis and getting $8,000 a month, that depends only really upon one person, and that's the person sitting in your chair right now. So if you want to play the odds, I'd go with the odds on the second one. So that's really key. So that's really what we talk about. The other question I talk a lot about with people now, especially because we're dealing with some high income earners, is your portfolio diversified? Well, yeah, they tell you, I sure it is. I got stocks, bonds, mutual funds. I got real estate. I got guaranteed investments. I got it all. I said, well, what's your residual income component? And they look at you like a deer in the headlights. They have no idea what you're talking about because they view real estate as a residual income component, but it isn't. What's happened in Western Canada the last 4 years with the real estate market? It's gone down. So people's rental income has gone from whatever it was to probably 2/3 of that amount or even half that amount if they can even rent their places now. Kind of funny, I always follow what's for rent. In Saskatoon right now, there are 2,300 places for rent in Saskatoon. Houses and condos, like bizarre. And I watched that and have been watching for a year. A lot of those places have been empty since last year. So that is not a very good residual income component. That's what we offer people, is that residual income component. And how much it is what they want to be. And when you know your why, the rest is easy. So why I love Volantis is we're really a part of the 3 of the biggest industries in the world, right? And people say, well, what the heck is that? Well, number one, obviously, is coffee. The coffee industry is $100 billion a year annual sales. Tim Hortons, Starbucks, whatever. I mean, it's crazy how much coffee is consumed, but we're part of that industry, and that becomes a key to what we're doing. So that's one industry. The second industry we're a part of is the weight loss and weight management industry. We have that's another $100 billion a year industry. So in those 2, we're part of $200 billion. All we need is a portion, like a sliver of that, and you're going to make some money. Everybody here probably knows someone who's been to Weight Watchers, Herbalife, Jenny Craig. Great programs. They offer some good advice, good training, good education, but most of them don't have any long-term effect to people because it's the habit that has to change. And that's the key. We have to change our eating habits, our weight habits. And that's why roughly 2 out of 3 adults are overweight, and with kids, it's up almost 50%. So really, it's an industry that's going. And the third industry is the energy drink industry. That's $52 billion. So think about it. With 3 of our products, our coffee, which does the first 2, we have trim, we have carb blocker 24/7, and our energy drink, we cover $250 billion worth of industry. Is there a niche, or is there an opportunity here? Let's put it that way. Absolutely. I still know people are buying Tim Hortons franchises, so obviously there's still opportunity in coffee, and I don't particularly like the Tim Hortons coffee, but that's just a personal preference. I think McDonald's has got better coffee. So here's the thing. Everybody's on this line, and there's, different people are on for different reasons. But you know what? Would you ever dreamed of owning your own business, controlling your own destiny? What's held you back? Well, for most of us, what's held us back from doing this sort of things is money. I'll give you an idea. In Northwest Regina, there was a pizza place opened up. It's a very well-known franchise. There is a successful one in Regina, but the one in the Northwest didn't quite make it. The owner put in $750,000 of his own money, $750,000 of his own money, never made it 5 months. They had to close the doors. So in 5 months, this guy lost $750,000. I think we have a better opportunity here, because I don't know anybody in all the years I've been in network marketing who's put in $750,000. No one ever has. It just isn't there, right? So that's a bizarre thing. And then what if you could scale your business nationally, internationally? Like I mentioned, right now we have a guest on, or one of our IRs from the Philippines. We haven't been to the Philippines, and well, I haven't been there in probably 20 years, but we can expand our business internationally. A lot of companies won't allow that. Volantis has the mechanism in place to allow us to scale our business nationally, internationally. That is really the key. So what if you could be part of all that and do it from your home? I'll use Brett and Andrea for an example. They live in Shoal Lake, which is a small town. 3 hours from Winnipeg?
Yeah, 3 hours west.
Yeah, 3 hours from Winnipeg, and they built a very large, successful network marketing company, part of a $180 billion a year home-based business. That's the key. We're all sitting, everybody here is sitting at home watching this presentation. We don't have to go out and do the business. We don't have to run the roads. We don't have to do a whole bunch of things. We don't have a traditional business location to go to. That's what I get excited about. Faye and I, we get up, we control our own destiny. We don't have to get up, get out of the house, and get to our business location to open the doors and find out our employees don't show up. So that's the whole key. So it's a home-based business. That's key. And what company does it? We all know it's Volantis. But I don't think people truly understand the power of what Volantis is. I know there's people who've been in the business, but don't really see it. And unless you've had experience in other network marketing companies, you really don't realize how good we've got it with Volantis. We just brought a guy in business. He pre-enrolled. He's enrolling tomorrow. A very, very successful businessman in Regina here. We just talked to him about what an incredible guy Dave Jordan is. And he actually heard a little bit about Dave Jordan because he has heard about Volantis from some other avenues, but chose to get involved with us because of a few ideas we talked about. But he understands the power of a good CEO because he does run a business with a CEO at the helm, and his CEO is very good as well. $125 billion revenue in 5 years. And you know, the bizarre thing is, year 1, year 2, year 3, and then all of a sudden it took that third, fourth year dip. That third, fourth year dip is when most companies are done. They go out of business, okay? And Dave Jordan is a fighter. He's a distributor's CEO. What he did was he fought back, and he took that, and he took the company, leveled it off, leveled it. All of a sudden he brings in optimum, and the company starts to grow. And then what happens is you get a lot of people excited about what's going on. And last month we did just a hair under 10 million. Brett, you were on that call today, probably looking in September here, go over 12 maybe?
Yeah, you know what? They're expected to double what their growth was last month, and literally within the year, it's gone from a couple of million sales to, like you say, just shy of 10 and probably 12 million this month.
Yeah. So if you want to be in a business at the right place at the right time, you want to get in a business that's growing, and that's really where Volantis is now. It's so exciting, I tell you. 100% debt free. That is the key. If you've been even in traditional business, or if you ran your own household, the killer of your household is debt. Servicing debt is a killer, whereas we're operating cash up front, everything's paid for, which is amazing. Launched in 2014, backed by millions in the bank, and our head office is in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Some people say, well, that's not really the metropolitan center of the universe, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. But if you understand the tax laws that are in place in South Dakota for corporations and estate planning, you'll actually notice that there's a lot of corporations that are head officed in South Dakota. The largest company in North America that makes the score like in a hockey arena, the score, like the big, what are they called, jumbotrons, whatever they are, their head office is in Brookings, South Dakota. So a lot of these companies have head offices in South Dakota because that's where they get taxed corporately. So it's an amazing company, and Dave has done an amazing job setting our structure up. So what else is Volantis? Well, we have a breakthrough innovative line of products. I got a picture about that. We're using the highest level manufacturing facilities on the planet. In other words, like Faith, I like to say, we actually produce our nutraceutical products in a pharmaceutical grade manufacturing facility. In other words, we operate at the highest standards only, and the highest compensation plan, really unparalleled in network marketing. I'm a math guy. My background is mathematics. I love examining compensation plans, and I love it when someone says, oh, this one's better than Volantis. Really, let's take a look at it. And in the 3.5 years that I've been in Volantis, and even prior to getting in, I never saw a compensation plan as good as this one. That's one of the reasons why Faye and I started. We started because of the coffee. It would alkalize my body. I used to suffer from gout, so that was important to me to make my body more alkaline. But when I started looking at the compensation plan, I looked at Faye and he says, hey, this thing will work. And we had actually made a vow at one time never to get back into network marketing, right? And until I saw this compensation plan, I said, we just got to do this. This makes sense. So there's our amazing product line. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time. I want to really focus on the coffee. But you know what? Out of all these, and they're all available on VolantisProducts.com. They got some of the skinny body products here, so they'll be coming out over time. I won't get into that. But really, our main products to me are our coffee, our energy, our immune, and then our canine and more. And more is an emulon. Our more is a brand new product. I've only recently started analyzing and understanding how good that more product is. It is just an incredible product. It's again, I won't go through it all, but it's just an incredible product. Spend your time researching that. And then the emulon, talking to that gentleman today, I said, look, everybody's heard of the old grapefruit diet. I said, you don't hear nothing about it anymore because it doesn't work anymore, because the enzyme that was in the grapefruit is no longer there. We have that enzyme in our emulon product. And that's why it'll be, probably, well, put it this way, the more, the emulon, Max, or coffee, any one of those you could run an entire business off that. Not as part of a fold of products, but you could actually run an entire business. I love our coffee, and we've just got a new coffee coming out. It'll even be better than this one. From what I heard, it tastes as good, if not maybe a little bit better. We haven't got our order yet, but it was shipped. It's basically Optimum with Dynamine in it. I've done a lot of research today on Dynamine, and that is an incredible product. It's just amazing how good that product is. But really what our coffee does, it's weight management with a neurological purpose. It helps weight loss, increased energy, blood sugar regulation, mood, focus. All these benefits are just incredible what the coffee does. And one of the ingredients is Vaso-6. And I like Brett's example. Really, you think about if your normal blood vessel is like a garden hose, when you take the coffee and Vaso-6 kicks in, it's like having your blood coming through a fire hose, right? That's the pliability and what it does to the blood vessels. It's a vascular dilator. It makes your blood vessels more compliant and move, or not move, but deliver blood better. And couple that with a max, I talk about power of blood flow, right? And in our business, we have 7 ways to generate revenue. As you can tell, I go through this fairly quickly. I get excited about what we're doing. We have 7 ways to generate revenue in our business, and this is key. Not only 1 way, but 7 ways. We have a retail commission. Now in Canada, because we're an NFR market, all we can really retail is the 6-day experience. I don't have a card with me, but what it is, it's a card that's got 6 sticks of coffee in that. You can retail that to anybody because it's got English and French on it. And it really is a good introduction to our amazing coffee, because in 6 days, if you sell that to a client, and we sell it for 25, you can sell it for 20, we sell it for 25, because that way I double my profit on it. I make 100% profit, which is kind of a nice markup in business. And so, but what they will do is some of those benefits of the Optimum coffee: increased energy, better mental clarity, mood enhancement. They'll notice that within the first cup or 2. And by the end of 6 days, depending on their body structure, they will probably have lost some weight. Pretty amazing. We got a fast start bonus. Actually, I need to change this. Actually, the fast start bonus is up to $200. It goes from anywhere from $20 to $200. The fast start bonus is paid when someone has their first order. Most companies, their fast start bonus is worded that way because it's paid when you start, and you can earn a fast start bonus on the people you enroll for the first 30, 60, or 90 days, depending on the company. Ours, it's infinite. Brett, how long have you been in business now? 4 years?
Yeah, started August of 2015.
Okay, and when you enroll somebody, you still get a fast start bonus.
Yeah, that's right. Just love it.
It's incredible, right? And that is something that's really unheard of in the industry. So it's not fast start for us. It's somebody starting. It should really be called a first order bonus, because that's really what it is. We have a legacy coded bonus, and I'll explain more of this in the compensation. That's also $100. So if you bring somebody into business and they come in our 2 upper packs, one is called the Business Builder and one is called the Career Success Pack. I'll explain those in a second. Those are eligible for the legacy bonus. If you bring someone in a Business Builder pack, you get a $100 fast start and a $100 legacy. If they come in as the Career Success Pack, you get a $200 fast start and a $100 legacy. So now you can bring someone in business and make $300 US paid next Friday. Now that's pretty powerful, right? Pretty powerful. We have dual team commissions up to $100,000 US per week. When I first saw it 3 years ago, I said, oh man, who would ever do that? Well, we've had a guy do it, right? So in 5 years, we now have someone earning or maxed out the pay plan at $100,000 US per week. Now, when I say max out the pay plan, that's only this one thing. All the other ways of earning income are unlimited at the level that John's at. Dual team matching bonus, 7 levels starting at 20%. I like using Don's expression. This is the I can't quit bonus, because really it's you help people make money and you receive a bonus. And then once you understand this, if you help someone move from diamond to double diamond, you double your fast start, your dual team matching bonus. You help move to triple diamond, you double your matching bonus again. So there are benefits to helping people succeed, and there are financial benefits. But it's not all about the money. It's all about what do you want to accomplish out of life and what can you help other people accomplish. That's really what it boils down to. The 1% global volume share, every month, 1% of the total volume is put into a pool. So last month it was $10 million. 1% is $100,000. So $100,000 went into a pool shared among people who qualified. Okay, so you never know how much it's going to be. You pretty well know what the percentage is going to be, but you don't know how many people qualify. That has been anywhere from like $80 to $350, depending on how many people qualify. and a vehicle bonus. Neat thing about the vehicle bonus, you don't have to buy a pink Cadillac or a white Mercedes or whatever. You buy any vehicle you want, 2 years old or newer. It does not have to be a car, basically anything with a motor. You know, it can be a quad, it can be a boat, it can be a motorcycle, anything with a motor. Starts at Diamond at $400 a month and goes up, and at $3,000 a month, that's when you're at the highest pay scale, you get $3,000 a month. Well, you know what? I look at a triple Diamond. I think it's $1,200 a month or something. A triple, I don't know. We're Diamond, so we only get. I know double. I know double's the next one that we're going for. That's $800. I know that. Brett, what's triple?
Triple is 1,000.
Okay, so I think if we're $1,000 a month, you can buy a pretty darn nice car for $1,000 a month, right? You know, like and like Rick Gerald said, because he's a Royal, he said, well, how much car do I need? You know, like, and that's the thing. But doesn't matter whether you pay cash for the car, whatever, you get that bonus. So think about that. That's a pretty powerful thing. So here's a unique concept. Most people on this call probably working a job or run a traditional business. You're in what we call linear income. I taught school for 21 years. I was in linear income. I went to work, I got paid. On the end of the month, the last payday of the month, I was even with the school division. They didn't owe me anything, and I didn't owe them anything. We were even on that payday. Starting on the first of the next month, now I was starting to build up pay periods where they owed me money. And as a teacher, got paid once a month till the end of that month, we were even again, right? So when I left, when I actually left that profession, they didn't owe me anything. I didn't owe them anything, right? But I had no way of getting any leverage or residual income out of that, right? I just couldn't do it. The key to real long-term income is leveraged income. Now, most ways you get leveraged income or residual income are ways that I can't do. I can't sing. I can't write a song. I can't write a book. I shouldn't say I can't. I don't write a book, right? I know I can't sing. I don't even sing in the shower by myself. That's how bad I am, right? I don't have any oil wells on my property, so I don't get residuals from the oil wells being dug. So for me, it was just go to work, get paid, go to work, get paid. What happens with our business is we actually derive income that reoccurs, because we have in our organization hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who drink coffee every day. They buy coffee from their own business. That develops residual income, right? It's not based upon what one person does, it's based upon what thousands of people do. See, the guy who owns a Tim Hortons franchise in Emerald Park, good friend of ours, if he only had one customer, it would not be very profitable. He's got to have thousands of customers. And you got to think of your business the same way. You need thousands of customers. That of thousands of customers, a certain percentage are going to want to be independent representatives that'll want to build a business where they can derive the same income opportunities if you got or more. That really is what the key to our long-term success. So here's a question for you. And obviously we don't have any input. I'm going to ask you a question. Would you invest $1,200 to have a return of $100,000 a year annual income in the next, if you could do that in the next 6 to 12 months? Would that be a good investment? You know, and that's what you got to think of. Now, where'd I get $1,200 from? Well, if you're going to start in business, you have a choice of 5 different packs. You've got a basic pack, 1 box. You've got a starter. You've got advanced for 6. You've got a business builder at $575, or you got a career success pack at $1199. Hence the $1,200. I really encourage people, if they can, to come in at the business builder pack, because it gives you, and the way we do it is a 350 samples plus 20 boxes of product. Gives them lots of product to start sampling with the 6-day samples. That gives them enough for 58 6-day experiences, so they can actually go out and make their money back ASAP by selling the 58 6-day experiences. And they have enough product to share with other people. You know what? The guy we just did the opportunity with tonight, I'm meeting him tomorrow. He pre-enrolled. I'm meeting him tomorrow, giving him a tub of coffee. And I'm saying, or he's going to order tomorrow. So I said, when it comes back, give me the tub back. Will he give me the tub back? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But that way, we always have the product in hand to give it to him, right? And so when he orders, then he can give it back if he thinks about it. If not, I'm not going to bring it up. I mean, the fast start bonus will pay the tub of coffee. I'm not too worried about that, right? But now, why would you? Another reason, because I'm German, I tend to be a little cheap. The more products you buy, the less expensive it is per item. 1 box is $59. A 4 is down to 43, 30, 35, I think it is, 33 and 31. You know, so it's like going to Costco. The reason people buy at Costco, you don't need a gallon and a half of ketchup, but it's cheap, so you buy it, right? And ketchup will keep. So so you got to buy it. So it's a Costco buy. So what are your next steps? Well, if you're new here, if you're a guest on the line, you want to pre-enroll. You want to invest in your starter pack. Here I've got a career success pack. You want to set up a meeting with your sponsor to cover your game plan, lay out your daily method of operation, and do a couple things we'll be talking about on the training portion well, I say always 8 o'clock, but it's 9 o'clock. So that's key. But you want to make sure you get your game plan in effect, because so many people fail because they don't get started. Like the old adage, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, right? And that really what it takes. It takes doing that first step. And the first step is to have a meeting with your sponsor, cover what your game plan is going to be, lay it out, and go over your daily method of operation. It's kind of funny. Jen Melendez, who started about a year and a half ago, went from zero with no network marketing experience. Makes me sick to talk about it like everybody else does, but it's the truth. Went from zero to Royal Diamond in under a year. And she did a little post today, and I copied it. And she says what she did was she started working. She was working 1 to 3 hours every day. That's your daily method of operation. Now, some people say, oh, yeah, but it was easy for her. Really? She worked a full-time career. She was the head nurse, or she was director of nursing at a hospital. She's a mom. She's married. She still managed to do that because she got excited about where she was going and realized what could happen, right? And number 4 is the most important. Most people here on the line have seen Don. They've seen Brett. So number 4 should be a no-brainer of a statement, but it is so important. Enjoy the journey, right? That's what it's all about. You just got to enjoy the journey, because you know what? I read something from a guy who says, I'll paraphrase it. So it's basically the statement said, well, if you don't do it right this time, when are you going to do it right? Okay, when are you going to have time to do it right? So really, if you don't enjoy the journey this time, when are you going to enjoy the journey? Like, you got to enjoy your life. You got to have fun doing this. Volantis can't be drudgery. Volantis has got to be the best thing that you're doing. It should be the highlight of your day to go and be excited and show people the program and offer people opportunities and meeting people. That should be the best part of your day. So hopefully you enjoy the journey. So that kind of brings me to a close, Brett. So if you're here, I'd like to welcome everyone aboard. But the future is created what you do today, not tomorrow. And that is so key. Work your plan today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will come. Today is all we've got. Okay? That's it, Brett. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, excellent presentation. I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to unmute everybody. I'm also going to stop the recording. Thanks everybody for joining us and catching the replay. And yeah, thanks again.